Welcome to Numb Bills Fan Podcast, episode number 202. I'm your host today, David Palermo, and this one is kid-friendly because there's a kid in the room, and she's playing Nintendo, allegedly. So, on the line we have Mike Smith, and we will give you a Bills at Texans preview. So, again, I'm your host, David Palermo, and follow along on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
And for anybody wondering, it is past all children's bedtime, but, you know.
Well, dude, the intro's about to start right now, so let it hit. There it is. Like, this riff is just pretty incredible riff, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet,
It's a pretty fucking money riff. I mean, it's a kid friendly. Chloe, don't say that word. Sorry, dude. Sorry. All right, it's a pretty far gone rock and roll riff right there. I'll tell ya. Came right off my hands. So of course it's great, right?
All right.
And there's a Dave Larson playing the drums. If you know Dave Larson, best drummer in the world. Dave Larson. You ever meet Dave Larson? Dave Larson's a shit. So anyways, I
haven't met him, and I don't take your word for it. So
Dave Larson is the sugar. So
you know the good thing is it has to be kid friendly on your side, but my side is a fair game, motherfucker. yo.
How's TJ over there? Is TJ dying?
TJ's hacking a fucking lung for no fucking reason.
Dude, it's so funny. Like TJ just grew up overnight. Oh,
you can fall right off the edge.
All right, so the Bills are at the Texans, and I did something really stupid. Surprise. And, like, for some reason, I needed a kicker because New Orleans has a bye. And I dropped my Texans defense that shows you...
You get a bonus for winning?
Dude, what are you talking about right now? We're doing a podcast, Mike.
Dave, yeah. Just go ahead. So you're going for a kicker.
Yeah. And I dropped the Texans defense, and then I realized, oh, shoot. Like,
why would you do that?
I don't know.
They're playing one of the best quarterbacks for defense in the league.
I know.
You're like, do I want to get like 4 sacks today? Yeah.
I know.
And Dave's like, nah, I'm not down on the sacks.
Nah, so you know what? I'm just betting that Josh Allen has a Hall of Fame game. So anyways, Clowney, Watt, kind of something to watch out for there. And, so...
Well, Josh Allen, he'll probably see him all day. By the end of the day, Josh Allen's going to make new friends. That's all I'm saying.
Will Josh Allen throw for more than 150 yards? Yes or no?
150. See, that's not even a high number.
Dude, the thing is, he's not. He has more guys open than he doesn't. His offensive line isn't playing that bad the last 3 games. It's better.
I'm going to say yes. He gets over 150. The thing is, like, I mean, yeah, he's going to go over $150 because they got to do something, Maybe
Mike, let me pause this real quick. I just spilled something all over myself. 1 sec. All right, Mike. So I am back, and as I was changing into my stylish camouflage, like real tree camo looking tights over here, I
got polyurethane underwear on.
Yeah, these are polyurethane, whatever the hell they are. That wick.
Yeah, they're that stretchy polyurethane.
Yeah, mine are Russell from Walmart. I have the top half too.
I think mine are Hanes. Yeah, mine are Hanes.
If I stand in my backyard with my Bills hat and then run around, all you see is like just a Bills hat just bouncing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these underwear are like Speedos.
Hey, you know me with my Speedo and Dolphins. You know how I feel about that. So,
but
we have it out.
When you've been working out like this, it looked good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, in my travels and changing, I visited Mary Jane for a few hits, and I was like, damn, dude, maybe I'm a little mean to Mike. I have like these high expectations, right? Like hit him up at last minute, like 11:05, like, hey. Do you want a podcast? And then I yell at you when you're not like ready and you're having like side conversations. So Like, I'm sorry that my expectations are so high.
When you tried to hit me up at the same random time, I happened to pass out because I was drinking early and often and smoking as well. So
I passed out due to depression. Like, that's what I did. I was like, I'm depressed and like life sucks. So I'm just like gonna go to sleep. And then I woke up at like 3:30, and then I couldn't sleep anymore. It's cool.
See, I can't pass out because of depression, because if I'm depressed and I'm sad, like I have a thought on my mind that will not disappear.
Yeah, you know what my thought was? Like, why doesn't my brain shut the McNuggets up? Okay. Like, why can't my brain just like not think? Like, seriously, dude, we went to the Rosen
We could
Crown.
get Uber Eats right now, and we could have McNuggets delivered to us. Just saying.
Yo, I have been, except for the almighty Starbucks, I have been totally like abandoning fast food. I had McDonald's once this week. So, anyways, back to, I know we're talking about Josh Allen's nutrition over here, all fast food. So, do you think Josh Allen, do you think the Bills are smart enough to just run the ball with McCoy and Ivory till it shows it doesn't work, and even when it does work some play action until it doesn't work? Or do you think they're going to do their same stupid shit? Or, don't say that word. Do you think they're going to do the same dumb things and, not... Because I think they, like, either outthink themselves or... I just don't get this Bills offense. It's like Josh Allen was so terrible last game. It's... like, I can't even get mad at Calvin Benjamin. Seriously, like, I'm not, I know I'm up and down. I'm a very emotional, bipolar person, probably, realistically. I don't know. Never been checked out.
You're probably a lot of something, but it's cool. Look, is Josh Allen going to have a good game? Look, I started Baker Mayfield for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is,
Mike, we get it, bro. You call Baker Mayfield the number one pick. We get it. So did all the other analytics sites. Okay, dude, we don't need to go back into it. That's if you want to listen to podcast 200, 199, 198.
I'm talking about my fantasy team. I have Baker Mayfield started on 4 squads. Okay, but look, anyways, is Josh Allen going to have a good day? I'm not going to stake anything on Josh Allen having a quote-unquote good day. I mean, the offense is going to have to do something. If they do the right game plan and they just throw it short and just get it to playmakers quick as possible, so Josh Allen is not making new friends with, Watt and Clowney, then maybe his playmakers can do something and just get him a ton of yardage, which would be great for him. But if you're asking if he's going to sit back and read the field and be like, oh, let's not throw to Kelvin Benjamin because he's, for one, covered, slow, and going to drop the ball. What's up with my second read? What's up with my third read? And then he's just like, oh my God, look at this. I got a wide open receiver. Let me just throw it to my wide open third read, and bam, I'm going to get some yards. And then maybe he makes the throw and doesn't overthrow a receiver. I'm not projecting that. But maybe Kelvin Benjamin does some things, Yeah,
I'm not totally sure, man. I do know that it's it's only a matter of time before the offensive line kind of does come together, and every week I think they do improve a little bit, just a little bit. No, but really though, honestly, I mean, they had they showed up when the run game needed to, and that's step one with football is you got to block for the run, like hands down, and they really stepped up, man. I gotta give them a little bit of credit, okay? So if they can build off that, and surprisingly, Vlad Dukas at left guard has actually kind of worked out. Bodine is a little bit better than Groy, so it's, I don't know. Dawkins is fine. And it's like, I just don't understand how, we watch this team and we think, why wouldn't you want to build off the strengths? And then they go in and play the game, and it's like, you just wonder, what happens? Because play action, you have LeSean McCoy. If you're a defense and you're in the defensive room, you're going to go, all right, we're facing the Bills. What do we got to watch out for? McCoy. But you know what the Bills do? They don't even feature him.
Here's the thing. Do you know why you don't play action like when your quarterback's getting fucking train wrecked? Because it doesn't work. People are just going to gun for your quarterback. They'll be like, we're just going to come after your quarterback anyways.
Yeah, but dude, not everybody has LeSean McCoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, they're going to bite on McCoy first.
A legend. Well, the thing is, look, LeSean McCoy is good. He's not Saquon Barkley, okay? So, and I mean that in the sense that, yes, LeSean McCoy was phenomenal, but he's not as young and he's not as talented as he was.
I'm sorry, dude, but I have not seen him drop off at McCoy since he's been on the Bills. Like, dead serious. There's been no drop off.
Check the stats.
Yeah, I understand the stats, but check the offensive line that got dismantled and is run by complete morons. How about that? How about you check that stat? Okay? I mean, dude, everybody's digressed. That's absolutely moronic, Mike. You can't just look at the stats for that. You have to look at the situation too, dude. That's absolutely that's absurd. That's the problem with stats. Okay? Because then we can pick and choose what we want. You know, and it's like, no, dude, that's not consistent. That's not right. Look, the offensive line has been a train wreck, bro, for 2 years, and you have two coaches that are absolutely stupid. Okay? Do you know how many third downs LeSean McCoy should have been in last year, but they put because I'm telling you, Mike, the beauty of a guy like McCoy, the beauty of a guy like Watkins, whether stats or not, is the defense adjusts to it. They flow to them that nanosecond that they have to think about that person. And they don't even do that. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is like, can we just... I'm looking forward to the defense. Like the defenses, they are just wreaking havoc, and I just love it. They're consistently, since McDermott's been in, wreaking havoc with turnovers. I love it. And they get some dry spots, but it's just fun, you know? But it's like, I just want to see Josh Allen just like... I just felt like Josh Allen was a little bit rushed last week in his throws, and his mechanics showed it. And obviously, when you got mauled by like a bear, you know, the week prior, can you blame him?
I said he shouldn't be in there for a reason, and I had many great reasons for him not to be in there. Not until at least this... I projected him to be into the game like this, to be like his first start. Maybe, what is this, the fifth? They're 2-3, so this is the sixth game. I projected last week to be like his first game, maybe this game, one of his first. So I'm not surprised. I'm just not expecting much because he's not good with his reads yet. He's not accurate. He's hesitant in the pocket. So
yeah, but Derek Anderson is here, dude. Like he's gonna. Hey, you know what? You know what I want to ask everybody who's been crushing me. And there's a dude on Twitter. I want to call his ass out, his butt out so bad, and I can't. And it's like, I just don't, because I don't want to start a war. Because he won't let up. I just know he won't.
No, you gotta call out your Twitter people.
Okay,
call
let's just say there's endless apologists for Brandon Beane and McDermott on Twitter. They kind of attach themselves or reply to just about everything I say that might be semi-critical. Okay, and I'll tell you off air who it is, because I would love for you to dig in. Oh, I would love it. You would spend all day with it. This would be great. This would be great traction for you. Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's talk about that. That'll be fucking fudging great. So, dude, this dude, right? It's like, explain to me how now it's a great idea to have a veteran quarterback in there when I've been hammering the table forever that Josh Allen, he needs special treatment. He's not going to a guy like Andy Reid who had McNabb. You know what I mean? He's not going to that. Like, McNabb changes a player, dude. You know? He's not. He's not going to that. He's going to the Bills that doesn't have a guy that's ever coached quarterbacks in David Culley, who did work under Andy Reid, but not as a quarterbacks coach ever. But wait, Brian Dable was a quarterbacks coach too, so he can double duty. Well, how is that helping him on the sideline? How is that helping him in live bullets? And we look forward
especially
to
when, like, for the first time, he's up in the booth.
Not even that. Let me finish. Let me finish. So it's like, oh, you know what you need to have? You got to have the guy who's like the coach, the player coach. Yeah, you know what? You could have had him in March. You could have had him in March.
Look. I think
the coaches only have so much time with him, Mike.
No. This is what I think that you and the media and fans do in general. You guys like put too much emphasis on the surrounding cast, the coaching, yada yada yada, and not enough emphasis on actual player talent. If Josh Allen was as good as he's supposed to be, you wouldn't be saying, oh, they got to do this. He needs a guy to talk to him, to make him feel better and cuddle him and be like, oh, Josh Allen, you just took a sack. I'm so sorry. And then you need another guy to be like, Josh Allen, it's okay. Everybody throws interceptions. You're going to be just fine. Here, let me scratch your back. Let me hold your hand because it's going to be okay. It's a safe environment. This is the NFL. We love you. No, if he had the talent, he wouldn't need anybody. He would be out there making throws, and people, his teammates, they would be coming up and they would be giving him high fives and be like, yo, that was amazing. That was awesome. That was sick. He would get that kind of encouragement if he had the ability to attain that type of attention.
So,
you
what does he need to do?
These guys. He's what he needs to do is he needs to read the defense. He needs to get rid of the ball, and he needs to throw it accurately. That's what he needs to do.
Okay, so when you have a guy who's never coached a quarterback before, right? It almost is like the Bills make it seem like finding a quarterbacks coach is like finding a pot of gold with the leprechaun and the rainbow, and actually 2 pots of gold, 1 on each end, and maybe 3 leprechauns that are, playing monkey in the middle. Okay, so like underneath the rainbow, and it's like, really, is it that hard? Like, what, you can't find a quarterback? That's what I'm saying, Mike. Like, the dude needs to know how to read a defense. He needs a guy with him that's like, hey man, I've seen teams like this for years do this. They do this, and the reps are limited. The time is limited. The contracts are shorter. And it's like, dude, people are more impatient than ever because honestly, man, Mike, I was all about buying the horse baloney that, hey, you know what, we could build out the run game, great defense, all this and that, but you know what, dude, I'm sick of is my dad is a Vikings fan, and I followed a lot of Vikings football, and I like the Vikings too, especially when I was younger, a lot, and honestly, I have seen them make the playoffs with multiple different quarterbacks, do really good, and then the Bills and they're in a very competitive division themselves, and then the Bills just keep screwing up, and it's like, you know what, the Bills make it so hard, and I am just finally so sick of it, and like, no matter what information spins their way, I am so sick of this we know more than you attitude, and it's just garbage, and frankly, at least, even if you're saying that it is blown out of proportion, and I agree with you, Josh Allen needs to have the talent, at least do the best you can to support him with the best cast you can, and that doesn't mean you got to sign the best backup quarterback ever, but maybe somebody that has some kind of experience that, like, when you hear, why is it okay for the media to be like, well, it's so great to have an event around because, well, okay, you're going to write that story, but now you're not? Like, now it's not a great idea to have him? Like, stop, dude. Like, the guy just needs... I agree with you. His talent needs to overcome it. There's only so much McNugget padding you could do for the kid. You're totally right. Like, I agree with you.
Well,
and
they
shouldn't be in this situation in the first place because... who's the kid that the Steelers took? Who's the kid the Steelers took?
Look, Dave.
Who is he, Mike? Mike, who is he? I'm drawing a blank. Tell me.
What's your question? Which
the
Steeler are you
rookie,
talking about?
the rookie quarterback the Steelers took in the 3rd round?
Um,
I always say Barkley. It's not Barkley. Clearly,
no,
it's not even a Barkley.
The rookie running back or quarterback?
Quarterback. He was in your top 6 quarterbacks.
Mason.
Yes. Okay, Mason Rudolph.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Do you think Mason Rudolph can read a defense better than Josh Allen? He probably has more reps than Josh Allen in college. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at Johnny Manziel and they have, like, that much of a discrepancy in reps between Josh Allen and Johnny Manziel, it's like, do we have, like, 4 years to, like, develop this? Like, I would rather take in Josh. Like, okay, we made the playoffs. I want to sustain it. That's why I wanted Rosen. I want to sustain it. That's it. I don't want to go through this growing pains because I know Buffalo is not going to set him up. And they don't do anything for the kid. Like
I said, that's the biggest.
Dude, his footwork, like, fucking fudging slipped up from the week prior because he's probably worried about getting murdered. And
he's been worried about getting wrecked since that second preseason game. Are you kidding me? I said that, like, oh my God, the bomb just takes all your freaking coin.
What are you playing right now?
I told you I'm playing Mario Party, man. Oh. But look, the problem is Josh Allen. Okay, you can put whoever you want around him. That's not going to make somebody better. You know, Randy Moss didn't become Randy Moss because of Chris Carter. Okay, Randy Moss was Randy Moss because of Randy Moss. Okay, you are who you are because of you. I mean, it helps if you walk the right line and you do the right things. And sometimes some players or athletes, you know, go down a line and they make it so they can't attain anything because they just are screwing up off the field. But this is an on the field issue.
Yeah, on the field is you. He's got to know. And the thing is, like, you got to be realistic with yourself and know what you have to work on yourself. And, you know, if I was him, if I was like a professional athlete, I mean, me as a kid, that's all I wanted to be was a professional athlete or like some kind of, you know, dude playing music, like some arena band or some shit, you know, you go out of control here. So it's like, you know, I just could not, even like men's hockey, I just look forward to it. You know, I look like a freaking moron skating, you know, but like I don't stop. I suck, but like I love it. And it's like I look forward to like what I can get better at. And it's like, I'm not saying Josh Allen isn't putting in work. You know, damn, that kid's temperament is patient. Like, because, you know, man, you're the 1st round pick. I don't think he realizes what kind of power he has. And honestly, if it's like 2/3 of the way through the season, like, damn, dude, if he started to like cave in, I would not be.
That's the other thing that you do, and you guys in the media, and it's statistically proven. I always go back to the numbers because everyone's like, he was a 1st round pick, he was a 1st round pick, he was a 1st round pick. A 1st round pick only has like a 30% probability of being a Pro Bowl type player. So just because you're a 1st round pick, you literally are 1 in 3 chance of being good. Okay? You have a 33% chance of being good. Right. That's not high.
Yeah, dude, that's a 33.333 with the bar over the top, you know, all the way down the line.
Yeah, let's repeat it up. But what I'm saying is the odds are against you the moment you're drafted, regardless of what round you're drafted.
That's what you were saying the whole draft. It's like you didn't want him because he wouldn't be in the right situation here. And like, here we are. And it's like, if you were to say what shouldn't happen with the rookie quarterback that needs patience, like this kid, the Bills are doing it. Like, this is like what you shouldn't do.
I believe in the podcast I mentioned that Dak Prescott's situation when he came in as a rookie was really good. You know, he had an offensive line.
Oh, his offensive line was so tight.
You know, it was great. I knew coming into this that the offensive line in Buffalo was going to be atrocious. And whatever quarterback was back there was not going to be having a good time.
Sent for death.
So, and it's even harder on a rookie quarterback, especially when you're already behind, you know, on everything but the physical aspect of the game. Like, it's the mental aspect that gets you to the next level.
Did the Bills play the Jaguars? They played the Jaguars this year, right?
Yeah,
What if Josh Allen takes the ball and just like dents in like Jalen Ramsey's face mask?
That's interesting. But what would be more probable
if the receivers can't catch the ball, he ain't catching it. Insert the defensive back joke here.
More probable is Jalen Ramsey catching something that Allen throws, taking it to the house, and celebrating.
Dude, how many
honor.
of Allen's throws look like me playing Madden? When they're like, "Why did you throw that?" And then here you are, just like ball hawking, and I'm just like, "Josh, no, dude."
Oh,
no.
You mean like you're
I'm
in
just about to be out of bounds,
serious distress, and you're running around, and no one's opened, and maybe there is somebody open, but you can't find them in the scheme, and you just throw up a prayer. Yeah. They'll do those.
You remember that kid RJ I had on the podcast? Steelers fan. He's like just turned 20, and he does some drywall work with some other people. So like him and I played Madden, and dude, he just whoops me. Like I have not won yet, and after we're done here, I'm gonna go try to win. And like I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick the Packers. I'm gonna pick like a team that John Madden is gonna love. And I threw like 7 picks with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm just like, why do I even bother? Like, I got to get my butt on YouTube, look up how to run the ball, and just like, I feel like every Madden, you have to like go through. I feel like the mechanics change just a little bit every year, just enough. Like, even as a kid, I don't know how it is for you, but when I was a kid and I would fire up, I would put on like All Pro, and I would just get stomped out. And it would take me like a few games against the computer to like figure out the new stuff. And it's like, dude, it's so. I don't know. Maybe I overthink it, and I just suck. That's probably it.
You do suck, but that's okay.
Well, so what do you think's going to happen with the Bills? Do you think they're going to win? I think this is a very winnable game.
I haven't checked the injury report. I don't know if I've.
No, the Bills are clean on the injury report.
No, I know they are. I'm talking about the Texans. Because, like I said, and I've mentioned this several times over, the thing with the Bills is...
Brandon Weeden could start.
The defense...
Weeden could start.
If Brandon
I don't think
Weeden
that's
starts,
good. I don't think that's good, dude. Brandon Weeden's going to have, like, the best game of his life. That's how it always goes.
No. If Brandon Weeden... Look, the defense is really good in Buffalo. If Brandon Weeden starts, he's not going to have a good game.
Dude, my man, Taron Johnson, Taron Johnson, like... I can't wait to see that dude play. Like, even the Lewis kid's coming around a little bit. Dude, I love watching. This is like my favorite part. This is like so corny, but this is my favorite part of sports, man. Is like watching the team come together. You know what I mean? That said, as a fan, my biggest criticism with McDermott is like, let me see how the chicken soup is made a little bit, dude. Just like, come on, man. Like, we're not stupid. Like, we just want to know. Like, it's like Dungeons and Dragons, dude. Like, I just want to know your strategy. I'll tell you my draft philosophy. You know what my draft philosophy is? What's that, David? I don't know. There's about 6 running backs that are going to get featured the ball, and odds are they're going to get hurt. So I'm going to take probably the guys are going to put up 30 points consistently. And if you just look at my lineup in the one league, I think it's Josh Allen Truther. What is that? Am I 5-1? Is it 4-1? What is it?
Hey, is Jesus winning football games?
What, the Numb Bills fan league that I don't care about? Like, it's my own league, dude.
Hey, I was just wondering if Jesus was winning football games.
I should go see how many points Saquon Barkley put up in my 16-team league here. So you give me, while I'm doing that, you give me what you think is really going to happen with the Bills here.
Saquon Barkley put up 40 in your big league.
Oh,
do you
that's
have
them? Yeah. Hello. Let's just say I have 56.8 points somehow. And I think that's the only guy. Oh, no. Oh, I had Corey Clement. He put up 15.9.
Yo, you know how much flack I've taken on Facebook
for what?
For calling Saquon Barkley a future Hall of Famer? I called him a future Hall of Famer before he even played a game.
Oh, my God. You want to go on a problem with... You don't have a problem with this media? You don't have a problem with your freaking dingleberry? I'll tell you what I have a problem with dingleberries is this. All right? I got to keep this PG. All right. Here's the problem I have. It's right out of your mind. I'm gonna smash your head in with coconuts. So look. Enough of this Hall of Fame talk, because this goes into the same category as this is. You gotta let me go with my like little quotes here. You gotta get a franchise QB. You didn't say this, but the media. You gotta get a franchise QB like RG3, like Dak Prescott, like insert guy here, insert 1 year wonder here, insert 1 year wonder here, insert one. All I gotta say is. Keep it. Listen to me. Listen to me. You gotta keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. Okay, Eli Manning really sucks. Eli Manning needs to lift weights. How are you in the league this long and you don't lift weights? Like, I'm so sick of these quarterbacks looking like I can beat the crap out of them. I don't like it. I'm small. Okay, I might be a little terror. But like,
you're like dude, a beanpole. Like, dude, you need to get your weight up. Is all I'm saying.
Yo, dude, I'm more of a. I don't know. My wife says I look more like a Brad Pitt body type right now, and I got veins popping on these biceps. Whoa. Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. 6-pack. You want to see it,
dude,
Tubby?
Dude, have you seen?
How about we go? How about we go Instagram
all I'm
live?
Saying is,
and we take our shirts off, and we'll have a peel off.
You're like 150 pounds, okay? You're not
looking
like,
good, baby. I'm ready for my fight.
That's like, dude, like, I could just take your arm and I'd take my hand and I could just crush your entire bicep, just smush it. You'd be like, you know? Dude, you need to get your weight up.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing that you forget, bud. I'm 34 years old. I've been swinging a hammer since I was like a little munchkin, okay? I got a tool set as a kid, and the first thing I did is take apart my damn bicycle. Like, I was like literally like 4, okay?
So you can swing a hammer.
And let me finish.
Hammer?
I gotta tell you
why hammer.
I gotta tell you why I'm awesome, okay? And then I decided to go to the collision shop with
can
Pops.
Say why you're awesome, I know the truth.
Let me get there. Then I decided to work with my dad in the collision shop as a youngster. Okay, I was always taking stuff apart.
I don't think you made that decision, but again, continue.
Free labor to wet sand cars in the hood on Lyle Ave. It was great. It was fun. I got to learn a lot about life and hookers and crack and drugs. It was cool.
Oh, just all types of good
all types of things for kids that they should never learn about. But I learned more on the street of Lyle Avenue and Lake Ave than I did like anywhere else in school. I'll tell you that. Like
Lyle Ave, that's an educational part of the city.
Yeah, it is. I mean, dude, my dad hit it down where I would go to like the Mini Mart. I think it was called S, and I don't think it's the same name anymore. So yeah, I don't want to shoot under the bus, but like he would tell him when I was like 16, like, yo, my son is gonna come down here and get beer for us. You sell it to him, okay? And that's like what's like my job. I would just like go there and get beer, like, and they would give it to me, and it was cool. And like, I don't know, I learned a lot over there. But anyway, so back to doing quote unquote man stuff, which is not cool to say anymore. But like, you know, Mike, there's just always been these great muscles under my fat for years, dude. It's just when you start eating more healthy over time, and you become a bad men's hockey player, you just decide to eat better on those days, which for me is 2 nights a week and too much money that I can't afford. But hey,
I got nothing but like a weight set over here. Just come over here. We can turn on the cast with that. What'd you say? Snap? No, it's the other one.
I was working on my roof at 3:30 in the morning 2 nights ago. You think I care about that weight set?
We could show the world how strong you are,
dude. Mike,
how much you want me to put on the bench and have it waiting for you? I'll put whatever you want up there, buddy.
Well, first of all, I'm injured, actually.
Talking all that junk.
Can I tell you why I'm injured?
And he's like, hey, FYI, injured reserve.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm injured.
Can't do anything.
I'll tell you why I'm injured. So I had a hockey game Tuesday night, right? And I'm like, I'm the center, so I bring it around the back of the net of our own zone, and I'm like ready to wheel out of there. And I just like, this girl on the other team got in the way, and I like tripped up, or like she got in front of me, and I just like freaking ran her over on accident. And like her helmet or shoulder pad or something went like right into my ribcage, dude. Like right into it. So of course I played hockey the next night. And like and then on the night of hockey on Wednesday night, or was it Thursday night? I had some roofer people not do a good job repairing my roof like a year ago. So I decided I would tear it apart a few nights ago. And I've been like bringing a light up there on these nights. And then it like rained a lot the other night. So I like carried up like one of those like rhino lining rolls. It's pretty heavy over my shoulder like a beast. And like it really hurts to like pull stuff, but I like don't stop working. So I feel like I might have like really damaged a rib, and I've never had a rib injury before, but it hurts like hell. Like I can't cough. Like it really sucks. So like I have to keep the green at a really cool temperature, so I don't cough. Hello, Mike. Are you with me?
I'm with you, and I'm whooping ass in Mario Party at the same time.
So I'm trying to tell you, dude, do I really need to lift weights if I'm carrying this heavy stuff up a ladder or being a roofer at 3 a.m.? No, I don't, Mike. It's just man stuff, bro.
I wasn't paying attention to that sorry-ass story. Look, what I'm saying is you already got an excuse for being weaker than me, all right? That's fine. That's cool. That's cool, bro.
How's your ACL this knee going? Do I just got to blow on it for you to fall over?
Dude, try to touch that leg. It'll kick you in the face, okay? It's just keeping it real. It's called being 100, okay? Just letting you know. If you try to touch that leg, I'll kick you right in the face. Get anywhere as close to it, you're getting kicked in the face. I'll kick you with that leg, that foot. I'll wind it up. I'll soccer style. I'll go left style. Bam, boom. Just show you a little drop kick action.
Did you watch the Conor McGregor Khabib thing?
No.
It was hilarious.
The funny thing is, like, I haven't been gambling, so I literally don't even
care about sports.
I don't even watch sports as much as I used to.
I don't blame you.
Like I stay tuned and I follow along. Like I know who's good, who's not, but like I'm not watching. I'm not like tuned in like I used to be. Like it allows me to like live life. Like I can enjoy like a game, but it's not like gotta watch the game. I mean, but watch the game. Gotta watch the game. Yo, there's a slap-a-raza.
I don't know, man.
Man.
I have a hard time getting into multiple sports. When I was a kid, I could watch a lot of stuff. I love basketball the best as a kid.
You know what I used to like? And I don't even know where it is. The world's strongest competition.
Dude, that was so fun to watch. These freaking roided out Norwegianers. That was so crazy. It's like, how do you make people as wide as like my Marshall cabinet times 10? Like, you're weird. How do you guys fit through doorways?
Dude, but when are the Bills going to trade LeSean McCoy? Hopefully next week for a second.
I'm not even going to talk about that. Let's tease that after this game.
No, it's in there. It's already out, bro. Hopefully next week we'll talk about it. They're going to have.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it after the game. I just want to leave here with: do you think they're going to put up any points at Bills offensively? Like, how do you think they match up against the Texans defense? Let's start there.
They're going to put up points. Of course. I mean, look, they match up very well for getting knocked around. I mean, that offense is definitely going to be having some problems, but they'll get on the board. Like I said, the great thing about the Bills is the defense. They help out a lot.
Yeah, the defense needs to put up points too, apparently. So
they put them in good position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of that, if Watson is not playing, that's huge for the Bills. At that point, you're the favorite. Like, you're supposed to win if Watson doesn't play. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, LeSean McCoy, 2nd and 3rd round pick next week. And this is going to be his last game to just rise his stock. So they're going to showcase the shit out of him this week. So play him.
You're right.
I mean, granted, I say that, and I tell everybody to play people, and I play them myself. They all get hurt.
I don't think they're getting on the board, dude. They have surrendered.
Negative freaking Nancy. You know, it's a crazy thing. Like, and I love, going on Twitter and I love seeing what people are doing. Like 1 week they're like, "Oh my God, the Bills suck. We're gonna lose like 15 games. They're like worst team in the NFL." And then like after like 3 games, they're like, "Oh, the Giants are the worst. We're not too bad. I mean, we play good. Like we got a solid D." And then then there's a bad game. "Oh my God, yeah, it was. I don't even know why, man, but we totally suck, man. Like." Well, this last week was just crazy. Like the defense is the only reason why we were there. So that to me is like the Twitter sphere. But I think the Bills are going to put points on the board.
I missed all that. Can you just let me know that again or no?
I can see the Bills putting up 20 points tomorrow. They got the ability.
Okay. Remember when J.J. Watt had a pick six? That was great. American hero.
Yeah, he might.
I like J.J. Watt. He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Do you think Tre'Davious White will take care of business with DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah, Tre'Davious White's the man.
I think he'll be fine. So we already talked about the offensive line.
So
I don't know, man. To be honest with you,
stop being a negative Nancy. You'll be fine.
Look.
And sorry for all you Nancys that aren't so negative.
Look, keep it simple with Josh. Keep it simple with Josh Allen. Have him make simple reads. He's already shown he could do it. You know what I mean? So
you can do it.
Do what you did in Minnesota, man. He showed a lot of bright spots and they gelled. And look, he's going to have his ups and downs. I expect it, though. That's fine. It's just, what can we work on consistently? And I think you just got to use McCoy to bail him out. Let's go and drive the ball down the throat. And frankly, just test him on the D-line and work off of it. But it's going to be a long battle. The defense is going to have to step up, as always. But apparently this is how they want to do it, which is don't put up any points, because you and I know, and we talked last time, that Titans game was so tight. But, hey, they got the W. The Patriots, all these teams get ugly wins all the time. It just happens. And at the end of the day, I don't care. I want playoffs again. That's really all we care about. So, Mike, you have a good night. Look, you need anything else?
Do you really want playoffs again, or do you want to be like a phenomenal team? Like, if I could tell you, Dave, we can make the playoffs the next 3 years, okay? Or I could say, Dave, we can have a just god-awful season this year, and then for the next 10 years be like NFL relevant. Like,
and
literally,
it's not
we
true.
might even make
no, that's not true, because there's not with this GM. Sorry, they've proven nothing that I trust them to tank the season.
What about
ruin
this
my
draft?
No, I'm sorry, but like,
what about this year's draft?
Listen to me, Mike. Too many teams get way too hot. Okay, the Giants, they roll. They get to the playoffs, they roll. Start doing some damage. The Seahawks, okay, it just happens. The Saints. Listen, I want to be in the dance, and it's number one. I am not about having the Bills get a number 6 pick versus a number 12 pick, because the discrepancy between the wins and losses, Mike Shelf already broke this down, it's not that much. Okay, like 5-11 is still like a number 5 pick. You know what I mean? 7 and 9 is still like a number 7 pick. Sometimes. So it's like, and the Bills are going to be between 7 and 9 and 9 and 7, if that. Like this game, I think is a very manageable win for them, and they need to just be consistent and do it. And I don't care who's playing quarterback. I think the Bills defense can manage them and keep them the short fields. And really, when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, this is where the field position game really does kind of come into play, because like, if Josh Allen had to get a touchdown to win the game versus a field goal last week, and you know what? I didn't give the team enough credit last week. The Bills really did a great job at managing the clock and really, managing the end of that game. The coaches have did a good job with that drive to kick that field goal, and hey, they handled their business. They did what they had to do. Obviously a blunder in coverage, you leave that receiver wide open for the Titans, and he dropped the ball. But hey, you still got to catch it. And I watched Chad Ochocinco in that stadium too on the opposite side drop a wide open ball too that would have beat the Bills pretty much. And the Bills won that game, the Patriots. So it happens, dude. People drop the ball. And yeah, so Mike, anything else?
No, I think the boys got a good shot this weekend.
What do you think about the secondary though with the Texans?
I think I'm more impressed with the Bills.
Me too.
Not too worried about it.
Tre'Davious White's really, really fun, man. He's really fun. Taron Johnson is I don't want to say a nice surprise, but a steal and a nice surprise. So I feel like nice surprise like disrespectful.
He's literally the number one ranked defensive back in the NFL right now. He's not just a surprise. He's like winning the lottery.
Wait,
we got him. What was it? The 5th round or the 4th round?
I think 5th round.
I think it was the 5th. And he is literally, as of right now.
Where'd you see that?
They did it based on the 3 categories. You had to be 100 attempts or whatever. But I can't remember. I'd have to actually see it. But his QB rating is like 15. His completion percentage is like less than 30. Or 33 or something like that. And then there's another stat in there. But
did you see?
In any case, he's number 1 in all 3 categories. He's the number 1 ranked defensive back right now in the NFL.
Dude, did you see? That's so amazing, dude.
Johnson.
Like, I love it, dude. And did you see that cover 1 clip that Eric Turner posted where he pretty much posted Trey White's.
We gotta get him on the podcast if we can. Like,
he's so busy, dude. He's so busy. He is,
but like I think we can probably try to get him because he is phenomenal right now. And I haven't heard him on any national radio stations, but
he's got his own podcast, dude.
Then we're gonna have the podcast on his podcast because we gotta.
Do you realize who helped him get the thing started, bro? Who do you think told him how to do it? Talking to him, fam. Ask him about it. Me and Deacon, we set him up. So yeah, I love him. He's a good dude. He's the one that started the network, Grandstand Sports Network. He's trying to start a sports podcast network, and you know what I mean. That dude works his ass off. Oh, he works his buns off. So it's like all respect there. I love Eric, dude. Like the dude's the most dedicated dude I know. So, but no, he's got a paid gig now. Or I don't know about paid, but he's working with The Athletic, writing some articles now. But he's got a real job and stuff, and he's like super busy. I've asked him to come on. You know what I mean? He
would like to come on?
Eric. I would ask him to come on. I'll
Aaron?
ask him.
No. Who the fuck wants Aaron on the show?
No, Eric, idiot.
No, I want Taron Johnson on the show.
Oh, you're a dunce.
Why am I a dunce? You kidding me? The guy is playing out his freaking mind right now.
Yeah, I would like to get him on too. So why don't you send him a direct message? Spam
I don't even
him.
know how to do that.
Get on Instagram.
All right. Well,
he already retweeted your tweet.
He did retweet one of my tweets.
And you got like 12 followers.
Yeah, I have 20, so we're good.
All right, so listen to me.
Hey, look, that's how you pump numbers.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, dude. So Eric Turner posted this clip, and it's like all like Taron Johnson and Trey White at DB and the other kid. And like Taron Johnson is just a monster. He just like annihilates people. Like he's relentless. It's crazy. It's like he's like a flying crap. He like reminds me of like Reggie Miller. He's like a pest. You know what I'm saying?
No, the kid, man,
he plays hard.
Has serious talent this early in the game. So I'm impressed.
Now, what are your thoughts about Tremaine Edmonds? Are you impressed, or is he just average right now?
See, that's different because the one thing with him the dude's 19. Like he's not even able to have a drink at the bar yet. So he is still literally just a kid, and someone that's that young, holding their own essentially on the defensive side, like calling plays. Like he's calling plays like like when they're on defense and they're huddling up and they're trying to they're looking at him. Like you have a whole bunch of grown men just looking at you for leadership. So like I'm like that in itself is impressive. Like his intelligence is impressive by itself. And his athleticism, you know, I'm not worried about him at all.
He's just raw. He's just learning. You know what I mean? He's just learning.
He's young and he's learning. Like, you know, with Teron Johnson, obviously he went to school all the years. I think he's 20. I think he's 22 off the top of my head, but I'm not 100% on that. But what the Bills did on defense, and I keep on, and I tweeted this the other day. You know, the Bills, regardless of what happens with Josh Allen this year and even going into the future, they had a great draft. You know, you got Phillips, you got Edmonds, and you have Johnson. You have three pieces that are literally going to be anchoring this team for the next. We can have them for 5 years without even having to do anything. Well, not 5, because like I think later rounds you get like 3
or 4.
Oh my God!
Every podcast with you, I gotta freaking talk about the shit, dude. Like it wasn't a great draft. If you're just looking at the players, sure, but if you're looking at the fucking picks, the fudging, you gotta get me swearing. You got it, Mike. Stop.
This is the thing. You just said it. You just admitted. You're like, if you're looking at the players, sure, but like if you like, you literally in your first statement. This is why I'm a great debater, like an elite debater.
Yeah, you're so great that you don't get it, and we have to keep going over it every week.
100% in agreement with me. You have to understand the very first thing you said. If you look at the players,
Sammy Watkins,
yes, it was great.
Cordy
so
Glenn,
like that's just like, hey,
Sammy
if you want
Watkins,
an MGK over
Cordy
here
Glenn.
and I'll M&M you, it's cool because you can say things that sound great. But we're not talking about Sammy Watkins. We're not talking about a different draft. We're talking about this particular draft. Okay, the players that they got out of this draft are good. That's the bottom line. And you remember when I went back to first rounders, 33%? You know what? It drops off exponentially. The second and third round combined have that percentage as a first rounder. Beyond that, it's far less. So if you get 3 players that are quality out of any draft,
they could have gotten any linebacker and plugged them in there at middle linebacker, and he would have been just fine. I'm sorry. You didn't need to give up 3 picks to get the results that we're getting right now.
They didn't need to give up any picks to get the quarterback that they wanted.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say is like it's not really that impressive because I'm sorry, I've seen too many drafts where you do get 4 players out of it when you only have 7 picks, not when you have like 10 or whatever the heck they had, dude. Come on, man. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think they had like 8 or 9 backs. Okay, like come on, dude. Like this staff traded up for Zay Jones, and a dude, he's getting better. Okay, he ain't the worst. I don't think he's the worst. I mean, statistically, if you want to go by what you say, he's the worst, but like I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, like I like there's nothing I could do to get those picks back. So yes, I can say the players are fine. For
anyone that's listening,
which is 5 people,
Dave is just throwing out. Zay Jones is not statistically the worst. So just throwing that out for the record.
No one's ever had a worse rookie season as a second round draft pick. I guarantee you. Nobody.
Yeah, but again, we're not in last year's season. We're in this year's season.
Like this podcast is done. I am done.
I don't even know what that.
I'm going to bed.
You know what? Hold on. Just for our audience listeners, it is a holiday. Well, it's close to. We're getting close to Halloween. So I got vodka, caramel, and cider, and it's a great drink this time of year. And you know what? You throw a little champagne in there, do a dry one, really takes away the sweetness.
Will you make a damn fantasy Smitty account and you can post a picture of this?
Makes great drink. You can like sip it, you can chug it. If you chug it, obviously, it's all good. But you can't it's one of those you can drink a lot because you can't taste the actual alcohol, there's no cringe. So
yeah, that's how I feel, dude. I hate the taste of alcohol. I'm like the worst drinker ever.
Dude, this right here, and especially if you mix in that wine, well, it is essentially sparkling wine. But once you add that in, it takes away the sweetness, but the caramel vodka and the apple cider makes it so you don't even taste any alcohol. So it just tastes like a caramel apple that you'd get from a fair, but not nearly as sweet.
Oh, why don't you
If
come
that
over? Why
makes
don't you come
sense.
over and make it for me sometime, dude?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Dave, you go get the ingredients, I'll be there.
I don't think you will. You know
No,
what I
that's
mean?
100%. That's the type of friend I am. If you have the ingredients to make the drink, I'll come over and bartend, okay? It's the type of guy I am every time.
Dude, you're sweet. Well, Mike, I'm out of here. Good night.
All right. Peace.
I'll see you, bud.
Hold on.
All right. So that was Mike Smith, and this has been Numb Bills Fan Podcast, late night edition, children edition. Hope you enjoyed it. Did my best there. Podcast number 202. Subscribe on iTunes, Google Play. Tell your friends. If you're listening to this late at night, thank you. In the morning on your way to the game, sorry it's such a party sensation. But maybe you rip that bong one more time. I'm out. I'm your host, David Palermo. And I hope the Bills win against the Texans. I think it can happen. And yes, that was my phone that dropped. Because that's how life rolls. Subscribe on iTunes. As always, Instagram, check it. The Instagram Live, I've been tearing it up. Alright? You want the truth? I'll spit the Bills' truth. You got it. So, see you later. Have a good night. NumbBillsFan.com. Tell your friends. Tell your wife. Peace.